Hey everybody, I am so excited to be with you here today. I mean, could it be any more of a perfect day? I look at the sunshine. It is just absolutely beautiful. I am enjoying being out here in my backyard. I was having a conversation with my friend the other day, and she said something to me that really spoke deeply to me. She said, I made a really terrible mistake. Am I ever going to be okay? Wow, is that a loaded question or what? Are we ever going to be okay if we make a really bad mistake? Let me tell you about a story that I read the other day. This man, he had gold rush fever, and he decided he was going to strike it rich. So as you know by our history books, that a lot of people had gold rush fever, and this guy had heard all about it as well. And so he decided he was going to go and he was going to strike it rich. So he went to a mine, he began to dig and dig and dig and dig and dig, and finally it happened. He struck gold. I mean, isn't that the dream come true, right? He struck gold. Well, he got so excited, he thought, I'm just going to strike it rich even more. So he's covered up his mine. He took his ore that he had found, and he ran back to his family and friends, and he says, guys, look, I have struck gold. I have hit the jackpot. Would you help me by giving me money and support so I can go back and I can dig more and find more gold? And of course, his family and friends, they wanted him to succeed, and they were like, yeah, here's our money. Go make it, go strike it rich. Go find gold. They were so excited for him. Well, he rushed back to his mine, and he dug 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 and he didn't find any more gold. He was so frustrated. He thought, I know there's got to be gold here. So he tried again and again and again, and still no gold. Well, finally this man decided he had had enough of trying to strike it rich in the gold mines, and he decided to quit. He decided to give up. So he went to the local junk man. He said, hey, I have this mine, I have this equipment, I need to get rid of everything. I want to go home, I want to go back to my family. I failed. And he did. He sold this for just a few $100s to this junk man, and he went home to be with his family and friends. Well, funny enough, this gold mine, that story didn't end there. This junk man, he saw something in this gold mine that the other man didn't see. He thought, I'm going to pay somebody to come out and just take a look around and see if maybe this mine isn't as dry as he thought. They did some surveying inside the mine. They looked around. They spent time and equipment. I don't know what kind of time and equipment because I'm not a surveyor. But they looked all through there, and they discovered that it seemed to be that they were within just a few feet of gold. So sure enough, this junk man decided to go ahead and dig, because he said, if it's just a few feet away, I could strike it rich. So he went into the mine. He dug. They dug for 3 feet. 3 feet. What's that, about like this? Maybe a little bit longer. They dug about this far, past the point the last man had dug. And guess what they did? They struck gold. They didn't only strike gold, but this junk man became a millionaire overnight. Well, later on, they went back to the first man, whose last name was Darby, and they said to him, hey, Darby, do you regret not sticking it out and not striking gold? Well, what do you think the answer was? I would have definitely been like, hey, I wish I wouldn't have quit, right? But Darby took that experience and he said, never again will I make that kind of mistake and quit and give up because I made a mistake. And he took that mistake, he turned his whole life around, ended up becoming a millionaire in his own right later on in life. He had to pay back all his family and friends for all that equipment that he sold to the junk man, and he learned the lesson the hard way. So I want to ask you today, like my friend asked me, if I've made a mistake, am I ever going to be okay? Well, like Darby in our story, he made a big mistake, and I bet you he wished he wouldn't have made that mistake. But guess what? He decided to use that mistake, turn it around, and change his life as a result of it. So are we ever going to be okay? Absolutely.